Facebook. Woof! Welcome, everybody, to 2DogsDigs Live Adventures in Thrifting and Reselling. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday night. Sorry I didn't post a note about us earlier, but I didn't know if we were going to get back in time, and it was really hot. And when we got home, I was sweaty, and so was Good Dog. So we were both sweaty and sitting in the living room trying to cool off. And I said, well, we should do a show. And he's like, yes, we should do a show. So we did find some stuff. So that's why we're here. Thanks for joining us. Also, here he is. Oh, I caught him combing his hair. Wait, I have to comb mine. Also, you may be joining us. I did post this as well, not in the craft Facebook group, because I'm trying to figure out how to do that. They stopped that, but in the main craft page. So if you're joining us from the craft page, hello and welcome. I'm going to try and start posting there. I'm going to try and figure out how to start posting it live in the Facebook group, but they disallowed StreamYard posting into group. I have to figure out the way. There are a couple of ways to do it, but my brain was too fried today to do it. Hi, down there, big Good Dog.
Hello, how are you? It's cool in the basement, thank goodness. I'm not melting anymore.
No, it's cooler up here. Yeah, it's perfect for you in the basement. Big hello to everybody who's joined us here. Lisa's here. Donna. Hey, Janet. Kendra's here. Who else we got? Cindy's here. Heather. Susan.
Hi, Bob.
Mr. Carl. Louette. Did I say Candace? Might have not have. Oh, by the way, Bob. Happy birthday, Bob or Heather. I'm not sure whose birthday it was.
Bob's.
I know, but it showed up in my Facebook group as Heather's birthday is today. And when I went, it said happy birthday, Bob. So it was really strange. Mr. Greg. Bob.
Well, we have seen both of them in person together at the same time. So it's not a Victoria scenario.
Hey, Tina, you're here today. Yeah, I'm now Tina's Stanley Cup hockey buddy. She's informing me of Go Sports of what's happening in hockey because I had no clue. As you know, I'm such a gigantic sports fan, so Tina keeps me up on that. Hey, April. Hey, Linda, long time no see. It was Bob. Okay. So, welcome to our Thrifting and Reselling Adventures. Today, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. First and foremost, I thought I'd just start out by just mentioning to everybody, make sure you're checking your email if you are a member of Value Village. I know in Canada, we just got this email today, and it was for 50% off shorts and swimwear for 3-time use coupon, too, which is really good, a 3-time use coupon. But it's not just the shorts and swimwear, it's the accessories and bath. So that's linens and sheets and towels, all that kind of stuff, 30% off. And you don't have to be a senior. And it's on from this Thursday until Monday, May 25th. So right over Rick's birthday, because Good Dog's birthday is actually Saturday.
I'm officially older.
You're older. Hey, Michael. So keep your eyes open for that. If you haven't seen it, take a look for it in your mail. Because you might be able to go out and shop for something even if you're not a senior. For us, we actually had, strangely enough, 4 sales in like 24 hours, which has been big.
Yeah, 2 of them we just relisted yesterday.
Yeah.
And they sold like that.
It's really, really weird kind of thing. This is the first one. This is a thing that's called eMouse. That's a terrible.
You have to show your screen. I didn't
realize how out of focus that was.
Show your screen, sweetie.
I didn't realize how out of focus our main picture was.
It's not out of focus.
That's out of focus.
No, you're zooming in. It's not out of focus.
Look at the difference between that one and that one.
Oh, shut up.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
We managed to sell it for $95. We've had this for about 2 years. I think we might have paid $7.99 for it.
No, it was $2.99 in the baggy wall.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I don't even remember.
You didn't want me to buy it. You thought it was ugly.
It's a big piece of wood, and it's this sort of brutalist. Oh, look. Thank you so much, Carl. Carl gave us a happy birthday muffin. Yay, Rick. You got a birthday muffin from Carl.
And maybe I'll do a chocolate croissant.
Thank you so much, Carl.
Thank you very much.
For the shout out. Anybody else, feel free. Because we don't make any money on YouTube at all anymore. So that was it. And the thing was, we looked at it, and I thought, this is really interesting. When I went to relist it, because it was sitting in, I saw that somebody had one for $143. Somebody else had one for $90 US.
That's our list.
So the mouse name, there's 149. And I thought, you know what? Let's just put this fast nickel, slow dying, you know what we talk about. And so I put it up for 95. We've had it for a while, and it actually sold in less than 12 hours after we posted it up.
Can you go back to the pictures you showed? I think one of them is actually ours. It had my background on it. The third one over.
That's still for sale.
Okay, then you have to
end that listing.
End that listing, please.
It's still blurry.
End it so it doesn't sell again.
I can't do it right now. That's weird. Yes, that is our own listing. So I listed it less than our own listing. So that's really bizarre.
It is. Unless was that one on .com?
I'm glad we caught it. I showed it because otherwise we would have had the other one still live. Whoopsie. Also, you may recall we showed this. I think we pretty well showed this was a baggy wall find. It was, I think, $10 or something like that, and it was an old-fashioned letter thing. And we posted that a couple of weeks ago. Managed to sell that on Etsy for $54. And we also sold on Etsy this address book, and I think I showed this. Clibben, the cat, very famous cat. If you ever find anything that's Clibben, this black and white cat, always take a look for it. Now, the interesting thing about this, that Rick was like, no. I'm glad you could sign in. Label maker, yeah. Now, if someone paid the lower price, I put it at the 90 Canadian, and that other one listed 125 Canadian. So that was me. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Normally I can catch these things, or eBay catches these things. It was really straight. Yeah, that's the kind that had the raised letters and everything like that. Yeah, I know, $55 for something like that. So we made like $40. But Clibben is this cat thing. Now, the reason I wanted to show it to you, because take a look at the top corner. Rick didn't want me to buy this because look at that top corner. It's faded. And you can tell even on the back, it's faded. And we actually marketed it as faded in the corner. But the inside of it was perfect. But it had one or two pages that somebody had written like one name on.
We tore them out.
We tore the pages out so that it says that it's blank. And we managed to sell this in less than a month on Etsy as well. And we sold it for $45 Canadian. So I always say, when you're looking at stuff, some people, like Rick, said, no, you're not buying this. It's got a rub on the top corner. No one's going to buy something that has a rub like that on the top corner. And I said, I'm sorry, it's Clibben, and it was not expensive. I think it might have been $3 or $4.
It was $3.99 less the 30%.
So $45. So sometimes you can do really good. And
I have to admit, I took pictures of every single page of it.
Yes, sometimes
so I have pictures of all of the cartoons.
Bad buys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you didn't check things properly, or you thought you checked things properly, and then you don't know, and you get home, and then you see that, oh, bad buys. Yep. Not everybody's perfect. So, well, look. Yeah, Donna saying, Rick, I sold a pair of salt and pepper shakers with 2 chips for $100. Well, that's just it. We always say, don't throw something off just because it's got a chip. Some people want to buy it and then upgrade and upgrade. In that case, it might just be it was a book that we didn't see anybody else listing.
Yeah,
Now, in terms of
we
bad
stopped
buys,
buying stuff with damage just as a matter of we have so much other stuff that we can sell. Why take on damaged stuff?
hello. Stop trying to make bad buys happen. I couldn't find another sheet for it, so I had to take the Bad Boys movie and cut the logo off just to get something that said bad buys. I don't know if you remember this. I showed it a sing-along tape recorder. We were really excited when we saw this because it looked, I mean, even the side, the plastic was still over here. It looked clean. It looked new. It looked great. We paid 10. It don't work. It's all rusted inside. It's worth crap. So
I couldn't get it to work.
we didn't notice because there were no batteries in it. So we had to check, and it took like 6 C batteries. Deep down in here, there was a bunch of guck. So
Like
somebody obviously
schmutz.
somebody obviously had it and got rid of it because it wasn't working. So 80s is right, Elisa. The thing is, these things sell for big money. Like Fisher Price version of that, even loose ones are selling for 50, 60 bucks. Ones in the box are selling for 100, 150, $200. So it's like, if you find something like that, we took a risk. Sometimes you take a risk and it doesn't work. So that was one risk we took and it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know whether the store would have let you take it out and try batteries in it.
I don't carry 6 C-cell batteries around with me. They're heavy as
Even
hell.
if you did.
I have AA batteries in the car, but I don't take C-cell batteries around anywhere. Welcome to everybody, in case you're still joining us and you happen to be on the Craft Facebook group, because again, we're live there for the first time in a long time. This is our part of our bad buys. I saw this guy. I did a really quick thing. I did a quick Google search, a quick Carl on it. And I was like, okay, it's $7.99. It's 30% off day. I know I don't have batteries on me to try it. I got to see if, and I looked, I thought, this is great. So I'm going to look at this, and for $7.99, I'm going to buy this. What I didn't realize is once I got home, this is so incomplete, it's ridiculous. Number one, it's a remote control Fisher Price Power Rangers Dragon Zord. Luckily, I have a YouTube video I could watch to try and figure out about it, because when I did a Google search, a YouTube video came up. Thank you, Lise. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. It's got a remote missing. There are supposed to be bullets that go in here missing. There's a Power Ranger that's supposed to stand on the back missing. So for $5, he's going to go into our max sold. Like, we're not throwing him out or anything, but he's going into the max sold because it's just something that.
I tried using the power of telekinesis to move it, but it did not work.
I just pushed it off a table. That was my power of telekinesis. I used this and I hit it with my elbow.
Oh, Tina has that.
Oh, look,
right?
Tina has that toy. You made a video of it working. I never put it up for sale. I guess I should do that. Yours is complete. So you have the little remote. When you spin the remote, the guy spins around, and there's a little green Power Ranger that sits on the top. I think he's actually worth something too. So it's really easy. It doesn't matter about anything is great. Thank you so much, Lisa. There's a product called Evaporust. If it would work on your Rusty player. That sounds like a drag name. Rusty player.
I'd have to take the entire thing apart, and no, too much of a project.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think, Tina, it's not, if I'm not mistaken, it's not a cheap toy either. Let me just see if I can pop into here and see if I can look. Oh, Fisher Price Dragon Zord.
Yes, Heather has it right.
Rangers.
It could poke your eye out. You'll put your eye out.
Okay, so here's the real deal.
Well,
$250. This is all the stuff it's missing. A little guy on the top corner here, that remote, and those bullets. So it's called Rangers Imagine Next. just in case you didn't know. Tina, I can send you a link to that if you want it later on. Next, time for Rick's bad buy.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a bad buy. It is.
Thank you, Paul, for the super sticker.
It is a Hallmark coin bank.
Wait, let me get a better shot of you. There we go.
Okay, yes, it's a Hallmark coin bank. I saw it on the shelf. I thought it was really cute. I did a quick Carl of it, and I found an Etsy listing where it sold for $63.29. And there's no mention whatsoever in that listing that it's supposed to play music when you drop a coin in it. I looked and couldn't really see a mechanism, but in actuality, inside the coin slot, there's a little plastic thing stuck underneath it with a little teeny tiny lever that is pressed when you drop a coin. There's no way to open it up to actually put a new battery in or fix it. So the person that actually listed it and sold it for $63 didn't mention that it was supposed to play music.
And
it's listing for a lot less money on eBay than it did on Etsy. So we're going to list it on Etsy, and we're going to get the $63 Canadian.
So, like, I said to Rick, do you want to show this? I said, well, you know what? I'm showing bad buys, so you can show bad buys.
Oh, sorry. It was $10 less 30%, so $7.
There's one that's sold with the music playing for $14.
Oh, well.
You have to drop the coins in 2 by 2.
Yeah, we could also try it up at the antique mall.
It is cute. Yeah. Again, it's just when it comes to stuff like that with bad buys, you're just basically trying to get your money back, really, in some way or shape or form. We're not going to get our money back on the tape recorder. I don't know if you well, I can ask Rick like now. We could put it in Max Sold and say tested, does not work. And then if we get $1 for it, we get $1 for it. But we paid $12.
I don't want to sell stuff that doesn't work.
But somebody might want to fix it.
I don't want to sell stuff that doesn't work.
Okay, so you don't want to sell stuff that does work, but you know what you said to do with it?
No.
Donate it back to the village.
I did, didn't I?
That's what you said. So.
But at least you get the coupon when you donate stuff. So
yes,
you get something for it.
That's true. Like we need another coupon. So
yeah.
Enter if you dare. It's time for us to let's go thrifting. Let's go thrifting. So Rick and I went thrifting and we found some stuff. So I'm going to go first. This is the first thing I found, which I thought was really cute. And it's something, I don't know, Rick, if you want to say hello to Dougie and see if he wants to go back.
Yes, I will.
I'm always looking when at plush. It's always something that we do. We sell plush really well up at our booth, our antique booth. We sell one like practically a week. And when they sell up there at our booth, they're selling for, in a lot of cases, $20, $30, $40, $50. But they've got to be something that is recognizable in 90% of the cases. So this is Chip and Dale. Now, the interesting thing about it, though, it's not just regular Chip and Dale. It's Chip dressed like a bunny. Thank you, Cindy. A muffin for me. I get a muffin. I get a muffin. The interesting thing about this is, number one, I saw there's a Disney tag. Yay. So I looked at the back of the Disney tag. But what was interesting on the Disney tag is it actually showed nothing other than, I'm not seeing if I can get it into focus, Disney Store Japan. So that indicates that it wasn't something available anywhere else. But not only that, the confirmation is right here on this. This is from Hong Kong Disneyland. So you always want to check if you can find any Disney items. One, having a tag on it is great. But two, something like that, Chip and Dale collectors, the only place you can get it is Hong Kong Disneyland. So $5.99, so $4 with the discount, $3 American. So I'm probably going to end up listing this. I got to do a little research because when I tried to Carl it, it couldn't find it anywhere. So I got it now that I know that it's Hong Kong Disneyland, which I didn't know before. I just put Disney Japan chip bunny. I'm going to find out what it's worth, but it's probably I'm guessing a $30 to $40 thing. It would have been great if I could find two, but I could only find a one. So that was one of the interesting things that we found. The other thing that I found, speak of the devil, remember talking to you about these plates, the recipe plates. I've been looking and I've been looking, and I finally found since I mentioned it to you guys, I've been looking and I finally found a recipe plate. Okay, it's not the one that's worth millions of dollars. No, I know it's not that. That's too bad that it's not the one that's worth millions of dollars. But it is the crab meat quiche. How do I say? Hold this crab meat quiche, and it is the Springer one. Now, remember, it wasn't Springer that was the one that was worth a lot of money. It was the other name that I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is in great shape, $5.99, and there's a couple of them that are listed for $30 or so, 39 US. So again, I'm going to slow nickel this instead of fast timing. I'm not going to put it at that. But I also found that there's hardly any I could find on Etsy. So I might even post it on there. But we're trying to do a lot more cross-posting between the others. That's it. Thank you, Janet. I couldn't remember it. Royal China. Now, at the same time I saw that, Royal come thing. Close. Same time I saw that, I went around a corner and boom, look what I saw. Hey, this. And like, oh my God, it's something. It's a garden salad bowl. Oh, that's so great. It's by nobody. And then I did look this up, and this actually has absolutely no value. So it was just interesting that I've been looking at for like 3 weeks since I told you guys about that dish. And yeah, that's it. The Royal China armadillo pie recipe plate. That's the one that is
for $5.75 US.
That's the one that goes for ridiculously high. I'll go back to it and say Royal China armadillo. This one only sold for $99. But $400, I bet you that person bought that for $99 when they saw it. They bought it just to resell it, because look at the prices you can get. $560, $400.
What exactly is the recipe for armadillo pie? If I don't mind asking.
I can look it up and see. The armadillo pie is armadillo meat. 2 pounds of armadillo meat. Cut the armadillo meat in small pieces and saute in short. No, poor armadillo.
No. How could you?
So again, but keep an eye out. It's just funny that I saw the 2 of these today. So it's just really interesting as to what they actually are.
Tastes like chicken.
Next, Rick, you've got a couple of things that you found.
Yeah. I like weird, and I do like head vases. This is actually a pretty cool metallic head vase. It looks like it might have been at home cent. On the bottom, it says Tori and Tagos collection. Tagos, Torre and Tagos. Tori and Tagos. $9.99 less 30%, so it's $7. No chips or cracks. It reminds me of the dude from
Terminator 2.
No, it reminds me of the dude from Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah.
Now I didn't look. I haven't looked it up recently, but I think he's worth about 40 or 50.
But I can tell you, it's not going anywhere.
No, it's just going to be piled with the collection of other head vases.
The other head vases.
Now, the other thing I bought today, which I kind of really fell in love with, I grew up, my dad owned a lumber yard. My grandfather carved wood and all sorts of stuff. So I saw this on the shelf. It's actually a carved bird, a woodpecker, pecking a hole in the tree. It's a wall hanging. It's got the little hanger up here. And they had priced it at $7.50, so less 30%. It was $4.50. And it's really well done.
It actually is really nice.
Like Craig doesn't like this sort of stuff, and he liked it. So
yeah. Well, I thought when you look at it, it's like the fact that they did the bird, attached it to the wood, put the little hole for the pecker, and the price. Because sometimes those kind of things, sometimes those kind of things are sitting there, and when you find them,
they have them priced
them at like $29 or $39. So it's like, So when you see it for $7.99, Linda's just asking, is it signed? I don't know if it is.
I do not see a signature anywhere.
Carl said same thing. Is it signed? Elisa says it's ironwood.
No, it's driftwood.
She said driftwood. Okay.
It is driftwood. It's not as hard as ironwood.
Kendra said, my father built houses to this day, and I love the smell of sawdust. So yeah, it can really relate to growing up with that. And yeah, when I saw him in the thrift store down the aisle sniffing the driftwood, I thought, oh no, there he goes again. It's better than when I'm sniffing stuff.
Well, again, I grew up. I'm the son of a man who owned a lumber yard. And we actually had a table saw in our basement. And one of the projects I did for school for 7th grade was I built a cedar home. And I was actually ripping strips of cedar for siding, and I cut my thumb completely in half. Blood, blood, blood. I went upstairs, and my cousin was babysitting us that day. She fainted. There was so much blood. It was like arterial spray. So I clamped it, went to the hospital, had a couple of stitches. Thankfully, I still have my thumb, but it was close.
So next is me. I'm going to show you something else. So I'm going to show you a video, and this is what I walked up and saw. So let's see if I can do this right. It'll start playing. No, where do you go? Play. Do you see what I see? And that was this. 3 Blythe dolls. They're called Blythe. So it's actually BLYTHE dolls. Oh, I didn't even spell dolls right. But they're Blythe dolls. Now, I wish these were original Blythe dolls. They're not. Original Blythe dolls were made in 1972 by Kenner. In the year 2000, they came out with these reissues of Blythe dolls. And this is the thing about Blythe. She has a string down her back. See the string down there? And when you pull the string, her eyes change color. Okay, sometimes they do. Oh, there we go. There's green. Pink. So there's 4 different colored eyes. And they are creepy. Like, now, that's one of them. Now, she's in pretty good shape, because if you look at, I didn't even bother looking at these until I got home. She's got eyelashes. You can see big, big eyelashes. So she's in really good shape. And she's actually wearing what looks like to be probably like real Blythe clothes. I don't know. Then this one
Lots of research to be done on these.
is also in pretty good shape. Look at the eyes, big, big lashes. And again, and the eyes. She's got different colored eyes, it looks like. And she makes a big click when you hear her eyes.
Yeah. Can you show the back of the head? That's where the markings are.
So this is the back of her head. There's markings on the back of her head here. It's hard to show them in the light. Right here. This says Takara 2003. She also has markings on her back that may or may not be different. This one has got creepier eyes. I don't know whether somebody did this, but it looks like they cut her eyelashes off and then decided they were going to add sparkle. So she actually looks really creepy. Oh, her head turned. That was really a little
Her head
strange.
spinning around. When you pull her string, her head spins around and she pukes.
So I've got to look these up, but here's the interesting thing about Blythe dolls. They are very highly collectible. Take a look at this page here. This is just some Blythe dolls. There's this, I put Blythe Takara 2003, just to show you some of these dolls. Look at the prices on some of these dolls. For loose dolls, no box, $240, $221. There's one for $125. There's one for $85. There's one for $160. Here's one with no top that costs $180. So these are there's a lot of work that I've got to do into the research on these, though. And $145, $200 for one that looks like it's an animal.
Yeah, some people actually buy them and repurpose them or mod them.
Yeah, lots
So
of custom
even the one without eyelashes could actually be used by someone who wants to do their own modifications.
Well, if I just put in Takara Customs.
There you go.
Custom Blythe by artist Olga, $2,100. Custom by Jody.
Now, are those Takara or are they
Blythe Takara? No, Blythe Takara by Mata Dolls, $1,100.
Okay.
I got to learn how to customize dolls. I guess that's my new project. Oh, look, Elisa, customize Woodland Witch. Look what someone did with her face. Ah! And that sold for $300. So again, it was just a really amazing find. It was the first thing I walked into the first store today. Saw it out on the shelf. It was like,
I freaked Craig out in the car.
It was like, today's ready. Start the car. Start the car. Today's ready. Like, so it's like today was worth going out, because you always wonder, is it worth going out for the day? And we went to a couple of other places and it wasn't worth going to. Like we went to one and got nothing. There's a Blythe wiki. There's so much stuff that I've got to learn on this. It's like, it's really, really insane how much work I'm going to have to probably put into them. I got to do a little bit of work though, to try and figure it out. Do you have anything else you bought today, Rick? Just in your general thrifting?
No.
Okay.
No,
I got one more thing to show.
I have a couple things from last week that we didn't get to, but
we got the Thrift It or Throw It coming up too, which might be some of those. What about your ashtray?
Oh, I don't have that down here with me.
You don't have a picture of it?
I gave you the pictures.
I didn't get a picture.
I sent you the pictures.
He bought an ashtray. So again, this is something I don't even know. This was in a very, very busy store. This is what I saw. And this is something that happens all the time. You see these on a shelf, and I didn't take a picture of this on the shelf. And it's on the shelf normally where people put binders and school books and all sorts of stuff like that. So I saw that. I could see that it was probably something. So I thought, I'm going to have to look. And I pulled it out. It was $14.99. So I thought somebody must know what's in there. And it's filled with Pokemon cards. Now, some people would probably say, why would you risk $14.99 on Pokemon cards? And honest to God, I don't know. I don't know anything about Pokemon cards. But the interesting thing about this is, as I went through, I started looking at the actual cards themselves and found that the dates on the cards were all see if I can get this into focus. Yes or no?
No, it's not focusing.
The dates on the cards are all from 2014 and 2015. There we go. 2014. So, bring it back. They are older cards versus newer cards. As I flip through, again, I don't know anything about them. So I don't know if any of these like are funky looking cards up top here. Don't look like normal cards to me. Some of them are glowy. Don't know what that means if I say it's glowy. Some of
The
them
nice thing is that you can use your phone and look them up.
Yeah, some of these look
easily.
stranger than other ones, which is like, oh, those are weird looking cards compared to those looking cards.
Now, Elisa says she has a school full of boys to help her say which are the good cards in her collection.
But yeah, so it's, I mean, it was got a lot of cards in it. Would you have spent $14.99 for something like this? Just to try and just figure out whether or not you got something amazing or not, whether you didn't get something amazing. Look at this giant card that's at the back here. That looks like it's a Japanese card. I'll have to just take a picture of that and Carl.
Yeah, well, condition, as always with everything, is key.
Okay, so Lisa says she'd likely buy it. So, I mean, again, there's 20 pages of cards and there's 5-6 pages per thing.
Kendra said she would buy it.
Okay, thank you, Kendra. Somebody else who agreed with me. And again, it was $11, $8 US. So, I mean, I don't think that there's an issue with something like that because potentially I'm going to get, hopefully you'll get enough money for them that it'll
Did
make
you
it
see
worth
Carl's
it.
message?
Huh?
A friend of his got a collection for $5 and some of them are worth thousands each. He's pretty happy.
I'm sure.
And also he's going to get them graded. Good luck getting anything graded these days. The wait is probably still pretty long.
Well, this really terrible condition, somebody's got one of these listed for $40 on eBay. And it looks like it's in not much better condition. Somebody else has one for 30.
Oh, and Kendra
That's
bought...
more than I paid for that's more than I paid for the whole binder.
The binder Kendra bought for $15 at a garage sale turned out to be worth over $1,000.
Wow.
Now, is that realized, or is it
that's
what they're worth and you haven't sold them yet?
If these were probably in the 2020s, 2023, 24, 20, I probably wouldn't have bought them because I actually bought a huge collection of 2023 24s from a neighbor whose kid was putting them out for a garage sale. And I think they had about 500 cards. And we bought
500 packages of
500 packages of cards, and every package had 5 cards. It was like 2,000 cards. I gave him $100 for it because that's what the kid wanted. And I ended up putting half of them in Max Sold, or more than half of them in Max Sold, and another bunch I sold on Facebook because everyone I looked up was nothing. Because these were older, that's why. I picked them up because they were 2014. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of comic books that I want to grade, but it is so expensive because some of the ones I have are very old and worth a lot of money, and they charge you a percentage. So if I have a $2,000 comic book, it's going to cost me $300 to get it graded. So it's a hard call to try and figure out whether it's something that you want to get or not. What time for Let's Get Weird? Let's get weird. Okay, this is something I found, which I don't know whether I should have bought or not. Somebody decided to put an awful lot of time. This isn't the stuff we bought. This is just stuff we saw. Somebody put a lot of time into making a dotted. I don't know what kind of art you call this.
Bead art.
Bead art. They put a lot of time into it. It's not bad. But Pokemon started in 1997, 98. That's it. 1997, 98. Diamond Dot. Oh, is that what it's called, Tina? I've never heard of it before. I've actually seen.
That's what this is.
What?
That's what this is. This thing I bought in a baggie thing. It's a diamond dot thing.
What?
This is something I had in a baggie. And it's actually for doing diamond dots.
Where the hell did you get that from?
It was something that was in a baggie. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, the funny thing is, I have no idea whether they're worth any money. I just know that I found it, and since then I've seen like 3 or 4 more different kinds of people doing this kind of thing. So I guess I probably should have bought that for $5, but I didn't. It was just a little too weird for me.
Well, what
This
is
is
that
something
thing? What is that thing on YouTube? AMSR?
Yeah,
There are people that do diamond.amsr videos. They're
they
very
were
soothing.
crazy
Look them up.
popular during the pandemic. At least it looks like medical equipment. It does. Oh, Lisa says they sell diamond art kits at Dollarama and Michael's, and your friend Heather's friend makes beautiful pictures. Oh, well, I guess it's like cross stitching sort of thing.
Well, it's like
This was this
cross-stitching with
weird
little
thing that
beads.
Rick saw today. It was very interesting.
It was an empty picture frame with a velvet background with a little brass guy holding a xylophone. But if you look at the very center, you can see some lines underneath the glass. It looks like something was attached there. But on the back, it was completely sealed. It's like, what was in there? What did they get rid of?
Yeah,
How
we
did
didn't
they
take a
get rid
picture
of
of
it?
the depth because it was like 2.5 inches deep.
Yeah.
At the back.
And if it were $10, I would have bought it, but it was 26.
Yeah, it was kind of a ridiculous price for
Or
something that
25.
is obviously missing something.
And
And
I love brass.
it wasn't
probably,
him because he was stuck there. So it wasn't like he fell out of that position. He actually was stuck there. So it was just again, another little strange thing. You may have heard of Love Is. Well, this Love Ain't. Somebody decided to do their own version of Love Is. And Love Is by Kim was a 1972 to probably 1978 newspaper comic. And it was
I could have drawn that.
Yeah, being able to say what's on your mind. Now, this one, a little droopy down here in the nether regions for the girl. This one, what the hell happened to her head? It's like a cabbage. Like, I don't even know. The same droopiness. And this is Love Is Listening with Both Ears. I don't know if she has ears. It's very difficult to tell. There was another one of them too. I took pictures of these because I'm going to put on my Instagram. But oh, good, somebody remembers these comics. Yay! Yes, they actually were cute comics. And if I could take a chance here, just see if I could find Love Is by Kim. That's what they're known as. These are what you probably recognize as being something that looks a lot nicer. That is who the Love Is by Kim's are. There's lots of stuff there under 93. You can see buttons. These are what the newspaper comics used to show up like. This is literally, they'd have them in one every day. There would be another comic. And they were so cute. Very, very cute to buy. Somebody's selling those for $15 each comic. 25 comics. They have stamps. They have books, all sorts of different things about it. Look at that. Somebody wants $149 for one of those cutout ones.
And Lisa said she sold quite a bit of the authentic merchandise.
And then 70, and here's the interesting 70 sold. So look at that. One Love Is book number 11. What? First edition, $40. Button for 12. I know we've tried to sell these and we have not gotten any luck. We've had mugs, we've had figurines like this too. We actually ended up having to put them all in a max sold because they just didn't.
Yeah, next time I'm going to make my own rage room in the backyard and just start swinging with a hammer.
That's interesting though. The Love Is books. Look at this. Now you know, and looking for Love Is books. They're the one. There's where you can make money on the Love Is books. What else we got that's weird in our weirdness? This was something, again, I just saw this and I was like, what the hell? And I almost bought it. It's somebody decided to make a craft out of a hand. So it's a hand wired with broken fingers. Sometimes I just take pictures of this because I go, what the heck is that? And then every once in a while you see these lovely handmade pictures. I think every shop has one somewhere on a wall, and I have got a whole list of them that are going to go into a reel that are just most hideous things that you've ever ended up
That
seeing.
reminds me of some of the comic book art we see at Comic-Con.
Yeah, but not as good. This was just really strange.
Poisson les poissons.
It was a fish, and it was plastic.
Steampunk.
And somebody put like this rope stuff around the end of it, but this is not a name. And they still wanted $16 for this. It was like, if it had been $7, I might have ended up buying it. But I was like, just weird. Just weird. Time for Thrifting to throw it. We got 15 minutes left. Number 1. I got a feeling that I need some more cutlery. This is Feeling. Crystal Gold by Regent Sheffield. Look, there's an original price in here of $75.50. Value Village has it for $14.99. So it's a 20-piece service.
Serve with feeling.
Serve with feeling. And it's, there you go, 4 knives, 4 forks, soup spoon, and salad forks.
4 fourchettes de table. 4 cuillers à thé.
There's what it looks like. This lovely plastic, lovely classic plastic. What would you do if you saw a set like this for 14? It's your favorite segment. Throw the fish. Check, but guessing to thrift. Since I specialize in flatware, I would pick it up. Oh, that's right, you do. Thrift. Throw. Don't want to ship it. Throw. Well, throw, I think. Well, I tell you what. Did I thrift it or throw it? What did I do with it? Did I? I think I thrifted it.
You did. I thought you brought it up
where I put it, so I can't go, ooh. Okay. But here's why I did it. Now, I looked it up. It was really weird. You like, but you throw. Yeah, it is easy. I wouldn't bubble mail. I'd probably
we'll box it. And
but this is the interesting thing. I looked at this, and they're all over the map with this set series. 35, 70. Now, these are all listed. 48, 99. This is all the Feeling brand, right? Look, 59, all that sort of stuff. When I went to check out sold, they actually were 2 sold in red for 100 and for 80. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. So I thought I'm going to check Etsy, because this is something we're doing a lot more of, is checking Etsy. And then I got to a page where nothing is showing up for some reason. So there, I checked here, and I actually couldn't find any Feelings, but I did see lots of cutlery by Regent Sheffield, which is the company that made that. And a lot of the stuff that people were putting on here in Etsy was in the $50, $60, $70 mark. And I don't think that these are necessarily any better than what I've got there with the clear plastic on it. So the interesting thing was, there were actually 2 sets of this that were available, but the other set was open. And the other set was open, and at the back of it, all of the stuff was loose. And take a look at how badly these end up looking. I don't know what the heck happened to these.
Those look like they could have been used.
They do.
Put back in the box.
When I took the picture, I don't know if it's got the pictures there or not. You can actually see down in this bottom corner here, there's the other box right down here by my hand. But we did check these, and I had Rick look with me, and there were nothing. There was all the parts, all the sets were in the back, all wrapped in plastic, all clean and perfect. So yeah, it was a $10 thrift, but decided to thrift it. Next, this little guy, not very big. It's actually I go to the back of it, a Spode Millennium Celebration Paperweight. It was $5.49, less 30%. So $4 Canadian, $3 American.
Looks like it's
Produced in a
number.
limited edition of 2000. This is number 861. And it is a little paperweight. It's about that big, 4 inches. And it is celebrating Johann Gutenberg. And again, the price of this was $5.49. So $4. So what would you do? I guess that's saying like smash it.
That's assuming it's part of my rage room, and I'm going to.
I see. It's part of the rage.
Swing and a miss.
Thrift for that price, but I would look it up. Spode always sounds like something dirty. Yeah, it does, but it ain't. So unless it's a dirty spode, so you're gonna throw it. I think the things that first made me look at this were, one, it was small, and an interesting thing that sort of stood out on the shelf. Throw. April says throw. Paul says throw. Heather says throw. The next thing that made me go, ooh, I wonder, is when I saw on the back that it said, oh, look, there's only 2,000 of these. Kendra says throw. So
2,000 too many.
It's got to be worth that. It's right. It's got to be worth $4. Credited with the inventor of the printing press. He printed the Bible in 1455. So everybody's saying throw. What did I do? I threw it. Yeah, I threw it. And the reason I threw it is because it ain't worth nothing. Even though it's spode and it's limited to under 2,000.
That one looks like it actually has all of the paperwork in the box with it.
And it was $20. So it was like, no, it's not even worth $4 because I might make 5 or 10 on it, but kind of like Precious Moments and Hummels are for a rage room. This would be the same thing, but we didn't buy it to put in a rage room. Yes, every collector's plate is a limited edition. That's true, but there are still some collector's plates that have.
If we had a home library and knickknacks on shelves, that probably would have come home with us. But we don't have a library. We don't have knickknacks on shelves in a library.
No.
We have boxes of stuff.
I wouldn't have said yes to that.
If we had a library.
Oh, yeah. What about this? Rick caught this on his. Let's look at big things.
No, let's not look at big things. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah. Pro Tour 10-speed bicycle. The tires are flat.
But it's a 23-inch bike. And it's a vintage Pro Tour.
Vintage Pro Tour. And you can almost see up here that it is $34.99. I don't know if I've got a better look at the price on that. So $34.99. So if you look at that, that would be about $25 with tax Canadian, about $18 US. So would you actually pick up, if you had the room, don't forget about the fact that you may not have room, because a lot of people don't necessarily have room. Would you pick up?
The brakes work, the gear change worked.
Yeah, we actually lifted it up. Rick held it up in the air. I man the pedals. He changed the gears. The gears all worked and everything like that. The only thing is,
wasn't bent.
The tires were flat,
but the spokes were good. The wheels spun true.
Would you buy that or not? Elise says throw. Heather said Bob buys bikes and says he'll ride them. He never has. Paul says throw. Oh, I went on to something else. There's a bike. Marianne says thrift. We only got one throw and one thrift.
I'll get 2 throws, 3 throws.
Louette's a throw. So it doesn't sound like this would be popular.
I guess not. Oh, Cindy
Throw.
says throw.
Cindy said throw. Yeah, we actually threw it. I wanted to get it because I did take a look and I actually found on Facebook Marketplace a blue one listed in locally for $185. And I thought this could be a really good buy to risk in a Max Sold, because we do take risks with Max Sold, even though it lists for $1. Something that we think we'll see be $100 item. I know this isn't the position that most people would ever take, but we are in the position that we do like doing that. We take that risk. It's one of our little fun gambly kind of things that we do generally with thrifting on its own, but we do that with Max Solds. And so we decided that was something, I decided it was something I wanted, and he used his veto. So
yeah, and the only reason that I vetoed was because of the tires being flat.
yeah.
And I've changed tires on 10 speeds, and I do not like it. Sam, I do not like it. No, no, ma'am.
This was just weird. Art glass, but art glass for $10 that somebody has turned into.
I think it was made as a hummingbird feeder.
Is it a hummingbird feeder?
Yeah, you put sugar water in it, and
I thought it was to feed hamsters or something.
no, I'm pretty sure it's hummingbird.
You know, that would make a lot more sense as a hummingbird feeder than what I thought, which was how you put this into a hamster cage when it's
Well, that's
the
what the
size
little
of a
arms are
hamster.
for.
I saw.
Arms and legs akimbo.
I know, April. I couldn't think of hummingbird. All I saw was the little thing on the end and thought, this is for a hamster to get some water. Because the last time I had a hamster was 50 years ago.
You had a hamster?
I guess it is a hummingbird feeder. But I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I didn't buy it, okay? Thrift it or throw it. Would you have bought this knowing that it was a hummingbird feeder?
No.
No. You have the eye for finding odd. I know. We found each other 40 years ago, and it's just been that ever since. Just before we go, we're going to take a look at it quickly at a couple of bulk buys. One bulk buy I wanted to show you, which was something I just like finding stuff like this, mainly because you have to think about where you're selling it. This was actually at one of the thrift stores that I go to all the time. They had probably about 20 of these bags, and I used to buy all 20. Just I immediately went, mine. And then I found 50% of the time I can make my money back on them, but then I have all these extra bags. So this time I thought I'm not going to go crazy. This was $2.99, and it is one dimension, so Harry Styles, but it's vintage, I guess you could call it now. I don't know if it's really truly vintage, but they are little sticker packets. And each bag, I bought 2 bags. Each bag in here has 10 of them or 12 of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each bag had 10 for $2.99. So I got this for $2. I've actually taken these out and I've priced these to go on to our up to our antique mall for $5 a piece. So hopefully, if I sell one, then I've made my money back on both bags. If I can sell both of them, then I could be getting $100 for something I paid $2 for. So I like buying stuff like that in bulk. I also.
You didn't see Spins V's comment?
Huh? Oh, you saw them too? You bought a bunch they haven't sold. Have you been trying to sell them on Etsy, I'm guessing, right? I thought those stickers of the Golden Girls. They kind of do look a little bit like the Golden Girls. So that was sort of the bunches of stuff that we got for the day. I got one other thing, which I'm going to end off with, because I want your opinion on what the heck I bought. Because I Google image it and I can't figure it out. Now, Rick gave me a suggestion on what it was. Now, I don't buy a lot of Coca-Cola stuff, right? Because I actually said in my thrifter to throw it, sort of like avoid Coca-Cola stuff. It's getting to be it's ridiculous. Except I found this literally on a cart coming out. So it didn't even make it to the floor. And it was $3.99. But to me, it was really interesting because it's like, I think it's actually for somebody to display Coke glasses on. And I think a Coke collector
Well,
might
yeah,
go
and there
nuts.
are only 7 indentations,
It's
though.
just,
What did
it's
they
very
produce
weird.
in
And
a
anything
quantity
I
of
look up
7?
when I Google image it, it only puts them out as being for bottles of Coke, which doesn't make any sense to me because I don't even, it's wider than that. It's just really, oh, so Kendra and uh, I don't think that'll hold a 2-liter Coke. But even if it did, why would you want to have a? Would you put this outside of a fridge? Like, I just can't figure out what the heck it is because I'm trying to. I can't Google image it and get an image of what it is, and there's nothing else on it anywhere. So, and I want. It's very light. It's just like it's a nice. Yeah, I mean display piece. Yeah, store display team is saying. April says store display. Kendra says store display. And again, it's just one of those weird things. Is every once in a while, as Michael's saying, maybe 2-liter Coke. That's the only thing that it literally said when I do the Google image. It says a 2-liter, but Coke bottle holder. But like everyone that it then shows it's an image are the kind that are Coke bottle holders, like the kind that actually have the handles on top of them. So sometimes you just risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. $3. I'm not sure where we're going to put it. I really don't know. I might even auction it on eBay and see what happens with it. Speaking of eBay, tomorrow morning, we're up bright and early because eBay has actually asked us, together with 4 other sellers, to come down to their headquarters in Toronto. And we're going to be speaking to all the eBay employees about what it's like to be an eBay seller. And we have to keep a positive face, even though our sales are sucking compared to what they used to be last year. But I think eBay knows that. But again, we sold something today that went EIS. So that thing that we just sold for $95. Remember, Rick, when we get off, we got to go back and delete that one.
Oh, I've already done that.
Have you already done it?
I did it while you were kvetching.
Yes, if it costs less than a bottle of Coke, it must be bought. Hey, that doesn't really work. It would be a fun display holder for people who collect Coke. That's what I thought. I thought it would be great if you had like Coke bottles of different kinds of Coke glasses. I have some Coke glasses, so I might display it on that in order to sell it and say, thanks, Cindy. So it's going to be fun. We're going to meet this woman who runs customer service for them in the US. We're going to see Luke, who runs the Toronto office now, I think. I don't know if I'm going to get any free merchandise, but we've been asked to help them talk to people, a bunch of new eBay employees too, about what it's like to deal with buyers. Now,
There could be up to 100 of them in the
other
audience.
sellers are somebody who is a car parts person and somebody who's a Pokemon person. So they're going to have completely different stories than I've got to tell because I'm obviously a thrifting person. And Mandy from Mandy Crafts is going to be there, and she's a bear person. So she doesn't do the same as either of them either. So it'd be interesting to see what 2 people who do big bulk, like Pokemon, who probably does their lives right now, and a car person compared to thrifters. And there's a 5th person that I don't know. So it'll be interesting. I'll be telling them as much as I possibly can. So hopefully we'll learn. We might even learn something new.
Well, the point is that they want to have their people have contact with sellers who actually use the platform. So certainly if anyone asks pointed questions, they will receive truthful responses. I'm not going to be on stage.
No.
I'm going to leave Craig up there, but I will be there for the meet and greet.
Yeah, there's an hour and a half question and answer period, then a lunch, and then a meet and greet where each of us are put at a table. And so that the people there can come and see us. And we've been designated as everybody there is going to be challenged to have to sell items on eBay, which is actually good because there's a lot of eBay personnel who do not sell. So they're being challenged as part of this presentation to sell something. And so we are going to be there as their talk to these guys about learning how to sell eBay. And I said, how much time are we supposed to put? Because you got 100 people there. I don't think there's enough time in a day for us to deal with that many people. So it'll be interesting. We'll tell you all about how that happens next week. Thanks so much for joining us here on Tuesday, whether you joined us on the craft group or joined us here on YouTube. Again, we're going to try and figure out how to live stream this to the Facebook group if we can in the near future. We hope you have a fun time. This weekend is garage sailing for a lot of people. It's just past the long weekend in Toronto, in Canada. So next weekend is sort of the official start to garage
It's
sailing.
the birthday weekend.
And it's also Rick's birthday. So now Rick and I can both get muffins. Thank you so much to those who gave us a little super sticker or super chat and donated to us.
Yes,
so we have, and hopefully it will be a little cooler on Saturday, because if it's like today, I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be looking at sweaty balls, basketballs, other kinds of balls. Who knows what kind? He's 30 twice.
That's fine.
So, thanks everyone for joining us here on our
continuing 29 for the 32nd time.
Our continuing adventures in thrifting and reselling. Hope to see you again soon. Ciao,
Bye,
everyone.
Have fun.
Bye.